What's up everybody, welcome back to Osu News, the show where we talk about the most important Osu news that happened during the week. Expect a lot of news regarding the Roundtable 2 today, so let's just get started. Also another thing, if you want to watch the VOD of the Roundtable, then be sure to go on BTMC's channel or go to the Roundtable LA's Twitch channel. Okay, so 3 days of the Roundtable have passed, the event has ended, it was an absolute blast to watch. Although they had a lot of technical difficulties throughout the whole event, it didn't really ruin the whole experience a lot. And let's start off with the first tournament, which was the Battle Royale tournament. The Battle Royale tournament was a tournament where 16 people were split into 2 lobbies that each had 8 players in it. They all played the map pool, and the player with the lowest score gets instantly eliminated. After the winners of both lobbies are determined, they go up against each other in a 1v1 match where the winner gets $3,000. Lobby B featured these players, aka Rafis, Rektygon, Flying Tuna, Lololo234, Maliszewski, Chilier Pair, Siru, and I'm a Fancy Lad. This was a rather interesting lobby to watch with a lot of surprises, like for example the first player that got eliminated was actually Flying Tuna, which was really interesting to see. However, in that lobby the last 2 players were Maliszewski and Rektygon. Surprisingly enough, Rektygon managed to pull it off and actually win the entire lobby. Not to mention, in that lobby he absolutely popped off. Everyone was so surprised about him. The next lobby though was absolutely stacked because it featured players like Xootynator, Scytho, Mrekk, Zylice, Ryui, aka Ryuke, Rairiku, Bubbleman, and then you have Kiryu. Surprisingly enough though, Kiryu didn't get eliminated instantly in that lobby. The first 2 players that got eliminated were Rairiku and Scytho, believe it or not. However, later on Kiryu was faced with a pretty tough challenge, aka stream maps. But moving on, later in the lobby, the last 2 players that managed to get to the end were Zylice and Mrekk, and although Zylice performed out of his mind in that last map, unfortunately he did have a breakpoint and Mrekk managed to steal the point and win the entire lobby. Now, because of that, Mrekk and Rektygon had to face in a 1v1 match where they will determine the winner of the entire Battle Royale tournament. Now, I'm just going to tell you the results of the tournament match, but if you want to watch it, then be sure to go on BTMC's channel. Anyways, Rektygon and Mrekk faced against each other, and the winner of the entire Battle Royale tournament was actually Rektygon, believe it or not. He beat Mrekk 7-4 in a 1v1 tournament match where he won $3,000 and a trophy, as you can see. So congratulations to him, pretty well deserved. If you've made it this far into the video, then a sub to the channel would be really appreciated. Let's aim for 20k until the end of the summer maybe. Now, the moment that y'all have been waiting for. What is the most insane comeback in Osu history that happened in the Roundtable 2? Now, before I actually start talking about the grand finals of the Roundtable 2, I just wanted to say spoiler warning, you have been warned. In the finals, Mrekk did face Maliszewski and Mrekk won 7-3, knocking out Maliszewski to the losers bracket where he had to face Xootynator once again. I'm saying once again because Maliszewski did face off Xootynator previously in the tournament, but let's just say that Maliszewski completely obliterated Xootynator in that match, and this was another chance for Xootynator to defeat Maliszewski. However, let's just say that didn't go so well. Because of that, Maliszewski moves forward to the grand finals where he had to face off Mrekk once again in a rematch. But remember, because Maliszewski got knocked to the losers bracket, if he won against Mrekk, he had to face him off again. It was looking to be that way. Maliszewski was winning against Mrekk 6-2, and all he had to do was just win one round to do a bracket reset. It was Mrekk's pick and he chose Nomad 2. Mrekk did manage to win his pick, which is pretty expected, you know, because it's his pick, of course. But Maliszewski had the perfect opportunity to win the round and do a bracket reset and do a big comeback. Oh no, that's not what happened. Okay, but at least the next 2 rounds he'll... So went to tiebreaker, huh? At least he'll win the tiebreaker, right?
100,000 combo for Maliszewski, but it does not matter. It's like you said, Aaron, 200,000 score into the depth streams at the end of the map for Mrekk, and 200,000 score ahead of Maliszewski almost by the end of the map, and 170k to decide the winner of the Roundtable. It is Mrekk, the #1 player in the world and the #1 player in Los Angeles at the Roundtable.
great, wins the match, wins the tournament, wins the prize, and the respect between these two amazing competitors.
Oh yeah, that just happened. From being 4 points in the lead to completely losing the entire match. Mrekk literally pulled a Romania versus Australia OWC 2022 match, but in the Roundtable 2. And that's kids why it's not over until it's over. Also, not to mention, there were a lot of other goofy stuff that happened throughout the whole tournament, like for example, Scytho and Mrekk literally having beef for whoever can set the best 1k PB play. Also, let's not forget the time when BTMC got absolutely destroyed by Glarsis in an arm wrestling match. Other very important news that happened throughout the week. No CS has reached 3-digit, becoming the first ever Lebanese player to become 3-digit. Azerite is no longer number 1 in his country, since a player by the name of Kazakh Airlines did surpass him. Peppy turned 41 years old this week. You can now see how many notifications you have on the OSU page on your taskbar. Chicony has entered the top 5. He is now rank 4 and the highest ranked mouse player at the moment. Hugo Frost has turned 22 years old this week. And finally, Steel Series has announced that they're working on their own hyper trigger, which is something like rapid trigger from the Wu team. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next episode of Score Peak, which is tomorrow. Bye bye.
Fuck me, dude. I hate this shit, dude. You guys are fucking. How?